explaining how they filmed the sex scenes in My Policeman, Part 2. Part 1 was all about Tom and Patrick and the beautiful scenes together. The spicy scenes between Tom and Marion take on a completely different vibe. When it comes to Tom and Patrick, there's a lot of skin, but the first spicy scene we see between these two, their wedding night, we actually see no nudity whatsoever. The covers are pulled up, and because the frame is just their shoulders and faces, we don't need any modesty garments or barriers. The biggest difference between their spicy scenes and the other ones in the movie is that there is little to no sound. In their first scene together, we get a little bit of background music, but their second scene is silence, except for their breathing, which is artistically awkward. Plus, the covers are still pulled all the way up and you can't see anything. Now, let's be clear that you don't need to see anything in order for the scene to be incredibly spicy. Take the beach scene between Tom and Patrick. You have all this rocky exterior, and when you watch the shot, all the waist below and hands is covered by a well-placed rock. Tom might be wearing some kind of barrier during this scene as just an extra precaution, but because everything is hidden by the rock, they really don't need to take off any pants. There is a distinct moment where we hear a belt being undone, but my bet is that that was actually sound that was added later by a Foley artist. There's one here on TikTok. She's amazing. I'll tag her below. Last thing from this movie that I want to talk about is this beautiful scene right here, which comes after a pretty steamy montage. Again, the juxtaposition between the amount of clothes that these two have on with each other compared to Tom and his wife is very intentional storytelling. Even though this moment doesn't have any simulated sex in it, they would still have to be wearing some kind of barrier. This is a version of an external barrier. The actor would just lay this on top of themselves so that when the other actor lays down, they're not feeling anything that they shouldn't feel. Overall, I think this is one of the most beautiful movies I've maybe ever seen. Let me know your thoughts on which spicy scene was your favorite, and follow along if you have other requests.